This vehicle recently went in for a state inspection and failed for rear brakes. Looking at it, you may think it just needs pads and rotors, but that's not actually the case. Pull the caliper off and look at that. That's not good. Let's take a closer look. Now this is pretty rare, but I have seen it before. The piston right here in the caliper, that is what's going to squeeze the pads when you step on the brake pedal. Now this came out and there's an actual chunk of the piston missing. The bad part about this is now the boot is not sealing, the dust boot, around the piston. So over time you're going to get elements in there, and eventually this piston's going to get frozen in there, and either you're not going to have any braking ability or it's going to lock up that wheel completely while you're driving down the road. So that's not good. But I have an idea of why this happened. If we look at the brake pad on the inboard side, now this is the pad where the piston is actually going to push on the brakes, and then the caliper will clamp on the other one. You can see right here where the piston sits, there's two little tabs right here. Those tabs are not supposed to be on the inboard pad. Someone actually installed these pads backwards. They should have put this brake pad on the inboard side and this one on the outboard side. The piston pushed on those little tabs, it caused a little stress fracture in the piston, and eventually that piece broke off. Now, had the person installing these brakes gone to 1aauto.com and watched our videos, how to install these, they might not have messed it up and caused more damage than good. And just a quick tip, whenever you're taking any of the hydraulic side of the brakes apart, if you put a prop rod on the brake pedal, that's going to close the valve at the master cylinder. Then a little bit of brake fluid will come out, but it's not going to continually pour out. So you shouldn't have to work that fast. So you can see there's nothing coming out of the brake line right now because I have that on the brake pedal. We didn't have any symptoms leading us to believe that we needed a caliper. We thought it would just be a simple brake job. We would just have to replace the brake pads and rotors. So it just goes to show when your vehicle is getting up there in age, around the 4-year mark or over 80,000 miles, you want to take the time to inspect your vehicle, see if there's any components that need to be replaced before it becomes expensive.